waiting like 24 hours to record the Eagles post-game show after the Eagles dropped their third in a row didn't make it any easier like I thought. Welcome to the Eagles Checkdown, the fastest under 10-minute Eagles podcast there is, covering news, notes, and opinions on your favorite football team, the Philadelphia Eagles, jointly here on the Eagles Pinpool Podcast Network and the STT Sports Network. Wherever you're watching, wherever platform, audio or video, make sure you like, you follow, you share, you subscribe. You're checking out both great channels, the Pinpool Podcast Network and the STT Sports Network, and tune in live, trending in the AM, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. on the STT Sports Network for 90-plus minutes of live sports talk, taking your thoughts and opinions on everything happening here with our Eagles, anything else happening in the world of sports or in Philadelphia sports in general, whatever it is, we'll talk about it, guys. It's late Tuesday night. I'm recording this. The Eagles lost 22-19 on Monday Night Football to the Chargers. And while I might not be as pissed off as I was Monday night or Tuesday morning, I'm still not happy with the performance. And I still have not fully wrapped my head around what is happening here, despite it being eerily similar to some of the other collapses this organization and team has had over the last couple decades. Now, real quick, you know the stats. I'm just going to refresh them again. I'm just going to pick and choose a few. Jalen Hurts, 21 of 40, 240 yards, 4 interceptions, and a fumble. Arguably Jalen Hurts' worst night as a professional in the NFL. Saquon Barkley did have 122 yards and a touchdown. 52 of those yards came on a touchdown. So he was 19 of 70 the rest of the night. Still not bad. A.J. Brown did get his numbers again, 6 catches, 100 yards, leading the team in targets. Dallas Goedert had a solid game. Devontae Smith had a couple big plays, and that was the offense. Obviously, Jalen Hurts had 5 turnovers, 4 interceptions, and a fumble. That fumble coming on the same play through an interception. First time in like 50 years that a player has 2 turnovers on the same exact play. There's not much to say. Obviously, A.J. Brown had a lot of drops or miscommunication, so to say. It was just a bad performance, again, by the offense, against not so great of a defensive team in the Chargers, against a team with a quarterback that had a broken hand, and you can see the broken hand was affecting him in Justin Herbert. For those that don't know, I've criticized Justin Herbert so much throughout his career. Fantasy stats quarterback, not as elite. But let me tell you something. If you can't come away from that, no matter what team you're a fan of, and not think of Justin Herbert as anything but a warrior, I don't know. You're heartless. You don't have a pulse. You don't have a soul. Because that was one gutsy performance by him. But it wasn't all bad for the Eagles. And I'm going to give you a couple random stats or random names, things I'm looking at, good and bad on this Eagles team. This per Warren Sharp on Twitter. Eagles ran 66 offensive plays, 15 under center, 51 in shotgun. In those 15 under center plays, they averaged 10.2 yards per play, 8.8 on the ground, 16 yards in the air, no interceptions. The 51 plays in shotgun, 4.2 yards per play, only 2.2 yards per rush, and 5.2 yards per pass. And all 4 interceptions came out of shotgun. Maybe the play callers got to take a look at some things. Jalen Hurts, while he's been bad, not just on Monday night, but over the last couple games, listen to his difference in his last 5 games versus his first 8. His first 8 games this year, he had a 70% completion percentage, 70.2, over almost 1,700 yards, 15 touchdowns, 1 interception, a 114.4 QB rating. In his last 5 games, a 57.5 percentage, almost 1,100 yards, 4 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, a 72.4. So the good Jalen Hurts is there, and I just don't know what's going on here. I don't know what's causing this problem. About the predictability of the offense. This was from Shane Half, right here from the Pinpool Podcast Network. The fact that the Eagles wait till there's 0 seconds or 1 second left on the clock before they snap the ball makes it so much easier for the defense to be prepared, to be ready to get off the ball. So maybe let's mix up the snap count a little bit. Maybe that'll help. Per Adam Schefter, Lane Johnson may be back this upcoming Sunday. We know the numbers there now. A grand total of 15 wins to 27 losses, a 357 losing percentage when Lane Johnson's not out there. Whether he's back this week for the Raiders or next week for the Commanders, got to get him back. And got to. Jake Elliott obviously had another bad game on Monday night. He now ranks 31st in field goal accuracy this year. And in a corresponding move, the Eagles on Tuesday waived long snapper Cal Adamitis. And I don't know if Charlie Hewlett's coming back or they're bringing somebody else. But for the record, Jake Elliott didn't miss a single kick this year in the first 4 weeks with Charlie Hewlett as the long snapper. Since then, since he went on IR and Cal took over, he's missed 6 kicks, and the Eagles are 4-5. Just a random little nugget right there. And where is I had a great note, a great stat on Jalen Hunt. Did I delete the stat before I read it? I think no, there's my Jalen Hunt stat. Jalen Hunt in the last 7 games has 4.5 sacks, 2.5 on Monday night, 13 quarterback hits in 7 games, 2 interceptions, including a pick 6, a forced fumble, 2 pass breakups. Jalen Hunt's playing great. On top of Jalen Hunt, Jordan Davis, man, played over 60% of the snaps, already set a career high for most snaps played in a season with 4 games still to play. Look, the defense holding the Chargers to 22 points. Sounds like a lot, doesn't sound like a lot. Like it doesn't sound anything special. Jailed Justin Herbert to 12 of 26. I know he had a broken hand, 139 yards passing. You sacked him 7 times. The biggest issue, defensively speaking, for the Eagles was letting Justin Herbert be the leading rusher for the Chargers. That's 10 rushes for 66 yards. Got first downs on 4, 5, 6 different plays. That's been a problem all year for this Eagles defense. Quinion Mitchell, another great game. Cooper DeJean, another great game. Adoree Jackson played well. Marcus Epps made plays on Monday Night Football, considering he hasn't played pretty much all year. He was on our bench when we picked him up. He was on IR for a few minutes, and now he's back, and he made some plays last night. So the defense there. The core is there. They have now run between 77 and 85 plays against the Eagles' defense over the last 3 weeks during this losing streak. Some of it's on the defense. But you know what? Maybe if the offense got their shit together, yeah. Look, this game was not good. It wasn't pretty. I know everyone's going to be calling for Jalen Hurts to be benched and Tanner McKee to take over. That's not the answer. Everyone's going to be calling for Nick Sirianni to be fired. That's not the answer. Nothing's going to change. It's up to these players to change. It's up to A.J. Brown to listen to what he says, look in the mirror, and run plays out, run routes out, make big catches. You want to be the big-time guy. You want to be the elite wide receiver. Well, act it. And I've said this, I feel like 100 times over the last 3, 4, 5 weeks on the Eagles checkdown. Actions speak louder than words. Right now, the Eagles' actions don't speak to what they're actually doing. Anyway, guys, we'll be back tomorrow. More analytic there. Got to get that off my chest. Everybody have a great day. Go Birds. And still always, bubbles up.